Okay. Good morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Fajar Susilowati. I'm PhD student in University of Manchester. I would like to present about my research about mapping the interrelationships amongst maturity attributes for the transition to design always in developing country. I'm happy to hear, and it has been a long day. Thank you for staying here. This is my content in this presentation: introduction, literature review, research methodology, research finding, and future research. As a background for my research, we have the problem about the consumption energy in the construction is around 40%, and then generate approximately 1/3 of the total solid waste, especially in developing country. In my country, it's produced around 4.32 million metric tons. The waste product produced annually. And then there is despite this significant impact, this research, a lot of research only focus on how to handle the problem, but not proactively proactively in the design to manage the problem. This is my research aim. I try to identify hierarchical interrelationship among design always maturity attribute, especially in the construction, using interpretive system modeling and MICMAC analysis. My research objective to identify the relationship among 70 design always maturity attributes that we have found from previous research using systematic literature review. In this research, we developed the ISM hierarchical model and determine the K-driving for the dependent using MICMAC analysis. This is about design always related to the circular economy. We know that the concept of, or the principle of circular economy is different description, and I use this concept for put my position of research. So the design always is part of minimize impact and waste in the circular economy principle. So this concept or this approach proactively minimization the potential construction of waste in early stage. This is the principle of design always. We determine into 5 based on previous research. So this consists of efficient procurement, material optimization, offset construction, reuse and recycling, and the design for reconstruction and flexibility. This result or this resume for the previous research, so we use socio-technical system as approach to determine the or to categorize our attribute into 5 dimension. So the first is process and procedure consists of 3, people and culture consists of 3 attribute, industry structure consists of 5 attribute, technology consists of 3 attribute, and the last is goals and incentives consists of 3 attributes. So the total is 17 attributes. Sorry. Okay. This is research methodology that we use. So the 17 attributes we found from previous research based on our systematic literature review. So in this research, we using expert validation about the relationship about the attributes. So we use ISM as approach. So based on the expert validation, we calculate the structural self-interaction matrix. Then we develop the reachability metric, and the final reachability metric consider based on the direct and indirect relationship. So we get the ISM hierarchy and MICMAC analysis. Then this is a participant profile. we use the ISM model using this notation VAXO, that's common use as tools to determine different relationship among the attributes. We deliver information about a distribution, expertise areas, year of experience, and education level. So based on the age distribution, sorry, I think this is the wrong what is that description about the age distribution. You can see the color. The most age distribution is about around 36 to 45. Then the expertise area is contractor. Then year experience. This also wrong. So this is the most is around 5 to 10, and this is about master degrees. This is about research finding that we use the ISM analysis using this complex table that maybe you don't need to understand about this. This process starts from a structural self-interaction metric that we convert from VAXO that we use to identify the interrelationship. Then we convert the letters into the number. When they have interrelationship, we put the 1, and no relationship with 0. And then the finalized reachability metric also consider the sum interrelationship that not directly have interrelation. So the iteration process define that their level based on the reachability set and antecedent set intersection set. We can found that 3 level found based on this analysis. This showed that the last level should be priority that we have to caution at the first time before we develop other attribute in the next level. So this is the research finding based on the graph ISM of analysis. The level 3 should be the most important attribute in developing country to develop design out ways to implement this approach in the developing country. So start from the legislation and strategy and vision. They will guidance the developing country to implement the design out ways in their design company. So in other attribute has the complex interrelationship. So they in the same level. So our limitation or our research limitation, we should more analysis or more future research to determine other attribute to develop maturity level. This is key driver that we found based on the level ISM. This is also based on the MICMAC analysis, so the same this quadrant. So the legislation and the strategy from the company, so the external factor from government, for example, the legislation, and internal factor from the strategy and vision should be priority in their implementation of design out ways. So they are to be the independent attribute, and the other to be in linkage attribute. So this is show that this process should be very complex to have future research about this attribute. So the key conclusion that I can deliver from this section, that design out ways depend on interconnected organizational, technical, and regulation attributes. And the legislation come from the out factor, and the strategy and vision from the internal company are strongest driving attribute that we have to concern before develop other attribute in our develop maturity level for design outwards implementation, especially for developing country. And the ISM model provides a roadmap for implementing circular construction, especially for developing country. This is future research that we can do. So we can develop measure maturity assessment tools. And we also, because the validation using larger international sample, we only limit our research to Indonesia. So maybe it's also can be used for developing country like Malaysia or maybe Vietnam, Thailand, and other country in Asia maybe. And then test the framework in real building design company after the tools built. Thank you for listening.
It's time for maybe one quick question.